I'm going to be explaining the reason why I decided to join Century 21 and how it could be beneficial for you new agents out there that's looking to choose your brokerage. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, my name is Stefanie Kebede. I'm a realtor in the state of Pennsylvania with Century 21 Realty Services. And before this video starts, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed. Turn that bell button on so you guys never miss an upload. And with that being said, let's get right into today's video. So right now you're a new real estate agent and you're deciding what company do you want to join. And maybe you're watching this before you even have your real estate license, because I know that's what I did. I did a lot of research before I even got my license to make sure I knew where I wanted to be. And I interviewed a couple brokerages just to make sure it was the right fit, even before I got my license. So it's always good to be ahead of the ball game and get the information you need so you're ready and you can go after it right when you get that license. But I'm going to give you guys a little backstory of like why I decided to choose Century 21 and how I came to that decision. I want to start by saying with all the brokerages I chose, it was between Coldwell Banker, Iron Valley Real Estate, Century 21, and then I had thoughts about eXp Realty. And I narrowed them down, and I highly recommend you guys narrow them down as well to like 3 or 4. But I narrowed it down and I got those top 3. Century 21, Coldwell Banker, and then Iron Valley Real Estate. I interviewed all of them. I made sure to ask all the right questions. I wrote down a whole list of questions just so I'm prepared and I knew what I wanted to ask, because it's a two-way street where like they're interviewing you, but you're also interviewing them to see if that's the right fit for you. And I went on all those appointments. One was like back to back, like I had one like Tuesday, then I had one the next one Wednesday. And you know, it's a crazy feeling. You do have those like nervous like butterflies in your stomach on your first interview, but the more you go on, it's just easier. But guys, I want to make sure you guys ask the right question. So I'm gonna put like a video right here. So after this video, make sure you watch that one so you guys have the right questions to ask when you're going into those interviews. But when I went into those interviews, I had one question that I wanted to, you know, come across, that I really wanted to get that answer out of them, out of each company, to see what it's like. And that question was, what's the culture like here? Because, you know, for me, I want to make sure that I'm getting the help I need. I'm getting that team felt effort from everyone, you know, to help me reach my goals. And I'm able to help other people reach their goals. And that was the main question for me, was that culture. What is the culture like here? Is it more like a family, or is it more like, okay, you do this yourself, you do that, you know, well, we're sitting in the behind the scenes just not worrying about it. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not gonna hold back. All the brokerages were amazing. Like, everyone was great. If they're watching this, everyone was great. It's just sometimes you get those gut feelings where you're like, okay, I don't know. But let me tell you guys, when you go on your first interview, you're gonna be like, wow, this is amazing, it sounds great. But I highly recommend you guys go on at least 3 interviews so you can get a feel of each company. But when I went on my first interview, Coldwell Banker, you know, it felt good. I loved like their marketing, how they did everything. They gave me like a whole explanation of marketing. They gave me a tour. All the companies gave me a tour of the office, and it was all great. I was like, man, this is nice. I'll have my own office. Well, I'll share it with someone, but I'll have that office there. You know, the building's nice and clean, professional, because you want a nice, you know, professional building when you're bringing your clients in to sign documents. But when I was going through it, it's just like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like sometimes you just feel like something's like fake. I don't know if it's like fake or it's just like a corporate feel, but that's how I felt as like when I was interviewing them. I just felt like it was like just corporate, and I wasn't gonna get that one-on-one help I needed, because I knew going into this, being a new agent, I need education. That's what I needed, the education. I wasn't worried about the money. I knew I was gonna start over there at Coldwell Banker. I think they were gonna start me at a 55 split. And you know, that you need money, right? You do need money, but first, when you get into the business, you need education. And I felt like I wasn't going to get that one-on-one help I needed. So after I went on that interview, I was like, okay, we'll just sit them to the side, see how these other interviews go. Next interview was Century 21. Okay, so Century 21, it was on a Tuesday, I believe, and I remember, or it was a Monday, yeah. And then I went on there, you know, you get so excited going on these interviews. It was fun, it was exciting. You could definitely feel the positive vibes, and I'm all about positivity because it's just all about mindset and being positive, especially in this business. So I could definitely feel it. Guys, let me tell you, go with your gut feelings. However you're feeling, go with it, because it's going to tell you to make the right decision. And they were explaining everything, and I actually got to meet the broker that same day. And then after that interview, I felt great. They're explaining, you know, how Century 21 is like a major brand in the real estate field and everything like that, and going over everything that is great about Century 21. And they give you like the whole thing, and as well as a tour, and everything was great. I met like the assistants, everyone, and the agents were sweet as well. So it's all about that positive vibe you get. But the next day, well, they asked me, they're like, okay, so who else are you interviewing? Because they'll ask you guys that. And I was like, I have an interview tomorrow with Iron Valley Real Estate. And then they're like, okay, let's set a time after that, literally right after that meeting tomorrow. And I want to know like how they go and everything like that, and let's talk more to, you know, make your decision. And they're like, you're basically, we need you, you're already on board and stuff like that. They were very optimistic about, you know, having me on board, and it's just like exciting, you know. And then I was like, okay, let's do it. So we scheduled it with the broker, and then that next day I had my meeting with Iron Valley Real Estate. And what I liked about Iron Valley was the, you know, the commission and stuff like that. But when I went in there, I talked with the people. I went in there, literally I was like 10 minutes early, and then I had to wait like, you know, another like 15 minutes just to get the interview started because they weren't on time. And you want someone that's on time for you, you know, because if they're on time for you, you know they're going to give you your time and thought into whatever you need whenever you need help in the business. And that's very big as well. So the meeting started late. I don't know if I should say like everything. I don't want to like, you know, bash them. But I'm just giving you guys my input. The people there, there's just the assistant there. The person at the desk, it just wasn't as friendly as a vibe I could get. I didn't sense like that friendly vibe. You know, that positive vibe that we should be getting going into these interviews. And but yeah, I didn't sense that. And then when I went into the interview, she was explaining everything to me. Very nice people, sweet people, but I just didn't sense that I was going to get that help I needed, that if I signed on them, I'm just another number. And that's how I felt with Coldwell Banker. I was just going to be another number to them. And that is what you guys do not want. That's going to be the worst. You're going to be like, why did I sign with this company? And I just feel like another number. I'm not getting the help I need. So I want to make sure you guys don't do that. I want to make sure you have the right information you need before you even sign. And then after that interview ended, they gave me a tour, and the tour was great. Everything was fine. But literally after that, walking out of the building, I had a sense, like, I was just like filled with joy, because I was like, I knew that Iron Valley wasn't the one, and I knew Coldwell Banker wasn't the one. But when I was driving over to my next appointment with Century 21, I was like, okay, this is the one. Like, I felt it, and I told them, I was like, okay, I'm ready. Let's get things going. And this is even before I even had my license. So we started the process early, just to, you know, everything that I could do before I became a real estate agent. But we started that process, and let me tell you guys, the number one reason I chose Century 21 was because of the culture. The culture, just going in there, it felt like it felt like family. It felt like teamwork. Even though I'm a solo agent, it's still like literally everyone there is still a team. If someone needs a showing and we're not able to make it, we'll just call up another agent in the Century 21 company and they're able to make it. Like, everyone is there to help each other, and you can really see that, which is amazing, because it is all about helping one another and helping each other grow, and not just being another number to the company. Because at the end of the day, the company, all real estate companies want to have like so many agents on their team, because the more agents you got, the more money you're making, you know, if they're making sales. So it's all about that help, that education. I know you guys out there, you're like, I need money, I need the money, I need the money, but really you need the education first. That's what you need. You need to get educated. You need that mentorship. You need, even if you don't, I didn't get the mentorship program, but I'm getting the help from my brokers. Whenever I have a question, I'm like, hey, can you help me? I don't know what to do. And they're like right on it. If they're not available, I'll call up one of the experienced agents in the company. Be like, hey, are you able to help me with this? And they're on it. Whenever if I just go to the office and they're there, we have, you know, we just talk, we have meetings, it's so great that just being there and everyone helping each other. And we have weekly meetings every Tuesday just to bring out more information, giving us as new agents more information about the real estate field and career, and it's helping our minds to grow and our education to grow. So just being in a company like that, you're gonna go far. You're gonna go far in the real estate field. And I can definitely tell, because it's all based around helping people. It's all based around education, and you can tell they truly care. So that is the reason why I decided to choose Century 21. It was for the education and not the money, for the help and all the training that was provided. So guys, I hope this video helped you on who you want to choose when it comes down to whatever brokerages you guys have lined up. And let me do say that Century 21 is a franchise. Coldwell Banker is a franchise. Keller Williams is a franchise. And you know, I think Iron Valley is a franchise as well. They are a smaller company, but they are building. But these franchises out here, they're all throughout the world. You know, they're spreading, they're growing, but they're not owned by the same person. So the same broker, like you guys, if you're out in New Jersey, if you're out in California and you decide to go with Century 21, it's going to be ran by a completely different person, a different broker. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So you might not get the experience I got with Century 21 here in Central PA. You might not get that down in California or New Jersey. So it depends on the person. So guys, be aware of that. But I hope this video helped you. If it did, give it a thumbs up. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed. Turn that bell button on so you guys never miss an upload. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.